South Africa did not inherit a perfect economy in 1994, but we did inherit a relatively sound infrastructure. If you're black, white, Indian, colored, put your political ideologies aside and hear me well. Here is the part that many people don't talk about. In 1994, the democratic government inherited high debt, double-digit inflation, a currency crisis, and a weaker investor confidence. The apartheid government had borrowed heavily to survive sanctions and maintain the system. The debt was fully paid off on the 15th of August 2001 by the democratic government. So no, the finances were not sound. However, this is important. South Africa did inherit functional infrastructure. But here is the catch. That infrastructure was never designed to serve everyone. Apartheid spatial planning deliberately excluded the majority of the citizens. Let's take Eskom as a practical example. Electricity infrastructure was only designed for urban and industrial South Africa, not rural communities. After 1994, electricity access was expanded to millions of households for the first time. I'm a testimony to that because my village in the former Transkei only received electricity in 1994. That was morally right, but it put a huge strain on the already existing infrastructure because it was never built for universal access. Between 1994 and 2008, South Africa did something remarkable. National debt fell from 44% of the GDP to under 20%. Inflation was controlled, revenue collection improved, education and social spending increased. By 2006, South Africa ran a budget surplus. The problem came later. Due to corruption, state capture, weak governance, infrastructure was never expanded or properly maintained to cater for the growing population. Instead of building on what we had, we ran it down. Then came the global financial crisis in 2008, state capture, and then COVID. Debt surged, institutions weakened, and interest costs started crowding out services such as education. Today, South Africa's national debt is around 74% of the GDP. Debt cost is now the biggest item in the budget. Bigger than education. This is the cost of poor planning, corruption, and failure to maintain infrastructure. So the truth is, to those that are young, we did not inherit a perfect economy. We inherited debt and inequality, but also a working infrastructure. The tragedy here is not what we inherited. It's what we failed to protect, expand, and govern properly. On my next video, I'm going to unpack how South Africa is finally turning the tide in terms of stagflation for the past 15 years.